How's it going today, guys? Today we're going to be looking at reviewing OER's rear door armrest. These are going to my 66 Nova. I got some stuff on my hand. For Classic Industries, their part number is this. I bought these, and I'm going to have a little bit of a rant here in a bit. But as you can see, there's this part number here, as well as the same number I just showed you. Now, GM seemed to use a couple different armrests in the back of these Novas, these first generation Novas. And, well, my 66 has a certain style, and they sell another style that would fit that is very similar to this. My 67, one of the 67s, has a completely different one than either of these two styles that are sold. So, with that being said, the people who, and I'm going to steal some images here from Chevy 2 Only because they're about the only site that has accurate pictures of everything. However, I don't know if this is the same brand. OER took terrible pictures of this product. The picture they show you, which is the one I'm going to show you here, doesn't show the important part of the armrest. Now, the reason I bought these armrests is because mine have these little slits in them. Now, the other style kicks up and has kind of like a nice ledge over here to, I don't know, transfer into the door panel. But the picture they show you, as I'm going to show you probably right now, doesn't show the important detail. You can kind of see the other style, which I'll put up here, where it kind of, the little angled part at the top. This is what it's supposed to look like from Chevy 2 Only. I'm making this up as I go because I am not at the computer. I'll have to do this all when I'm editing. But they don't show the important part. So I took a chance. Bought them. I figured it's 30, 40 bucks. Not a big deal. So I bought them, and here they are. And I got lucky because that's what they are. Now, the reason I bought these is because the ones I have in my car are the original, as far as I know, and they are totally destroyed. I tried repairing them at one point in time when I first bought the car with JB Weld, and they don't work out so good. I daily drive the car and drive dirt roads, and it squeaks like crazy. So I just figured I'm just going to spend the money and save my sanity and buy these. So I didn't buy new pads for it, so the side that's really bad, the passenger side, it's just going to be what it is. Maybe I'll get around to fixing it here in the video, maybe I won't. But this is to basically make the back of the car quit squeaking as bad. At least eliminate one of the squeaks I have. I know I have a couple, and some are harder to pinpoint than others. So here we go. I don't actually know if this is going to be the same day video because, well, I might go pull them out, but it's like 100 degrees. I'm going to pull them out and bring them inside and do it inside. Okay, so I went ahead and, ooh, you guys are bouncing all over the place here. So I went ahead and just grabbed the driver's side. You can see they're fairly similar. I think they're about the same size. This one kind of looks like it's slightly disproportionate. It's got that ugly chrome chip right there. That's plastic. You don't really see it. No one uses my back seats. The screws are not quite as inset, but yeah, you can see mine are definitely seen better days. They both have cracks right in this area on mine. I didn't want to buy super expensive. Chevy 2 Only has some very nice ones. I didn't want to buy those because I use my Nova as a truck on occasion, as you'll find out in a shortly later video why. Nonetheless, I do use it quite often. So I'm going to go ahead and switch these screws over and put it in and try to I'm using a JIS screwdriver for this because this is the first one I could find. Those are pretty close. Fairly reasonable. Seems to fit reasonably well. Stick this. Probably going to be the nicest part of the interior now is going to be the armrest, and just in the rear. Oop, I should not do that. Now I will say these screws are like wood screws. They have a taper on one end, which I'm kind of curious to see. Yeah, GM, I don't know if you can see it there. Let's get a flashlight out. GM did put a chamfer on those holes so they would sit in there nicely. Oh well, it's kind of what I got to work with. Seems to work. It's not perfect, but what can you expect for a cheap part? That'll work. Ashtray fits in, looks really good. So if you're curious and you haven't had to deal with this, small screw up front, 2 big screws go in the back. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna get the other one and I'll be right back. So I've ended up drilling the front hole to 7/32 and the 2 rear holes 3/8 because I don't know if it's going to show up too well on here. It'll probably show up a little bit better on this side. But all the castings seem to be shifted for this. They're shifted over this way, which I need to be shifted back this way a little bit. Whereas this casting is shifted, well, closer to them. These are scrunched together, but I needed those to be farther apart, if that makes sense. Because I went and tried to put it on and it didn't fit. I could get these 2 in, and that was about it. This one was about, I don't know, a hole off. So I opened them up. These were originally, these hole size was 0.30. I opened it at 0.375. That ought to give me a little wiggle room in combination with that. So I'm going to go put it on and see what happens. I already know this piece is a little off. Door panel, how it sits on the door panel, you can tell. So I'm going to go put this one on, bring the other one in, see what I need to do to that, and continue. Alright, so here I am with the other one, the old squeaky. As you can see, I've tried repairing it. The armrest looks very dilapidated, doesn't look very pretty. And I think this one, yeah, no, it's rusty. I thought it still had tobacco still in it, from who knows when. I'll go get that out. Because actually, short little story on that, when I first bought the car, it was the first time I ever talked to, it was, can't even think of his name now, but the Chevy 2 ranch down in Sapulpa, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We went down there, me and a buddy, one night, picked up a front fender and a front bumper. And then I don't necessarily know how I found it, but I also needed a driver's side. Yeah, white one was on the driver's side, I believe. Maybe it was passenger side. I needed passenger. No, it was the passenger side. I needed a passenger fender and this ashtray. The gentleman was a little upset because we showed up a little later than we were planning, and he really wanted to watch the Oklahoma versus Kansas game. And I paid him. He'd said, well, he didn't want to send me away since I drove so far, so he went ahead and allowed me to take the fender off. But I paid him, and he went inside promptly, and that was the last time I saw him. But I bought the ashtray from him as well. So I'm kind of curious before we start. Yeah, the cores on this, I don't know. Yeah, they're a little off. I'm going to go ahead and drill this. This has got a little weird low spot there. You can see where that is. A little scratch or something there. Again, same thing, right in that door pull. I wish their tabs would be somewhere else, but kind of is what it is. So put this, oh, it's a chunky fella, heavy. All my foam's gone, I think, so we'll put this back together. It looks terrible, but I'll tell you what, I'm not too worried about it. My car's not a show car, it's a daily driver. and I can count all 10 times of that someone sat in the back seat. And now I'll feel a little bit better than of someone having to pull the door shut with these. So I won't have to worry about, you know, them breaking them and then feeling bad about it, or just in general of it giving me grief. So plus hopefully it'll stop some of the squeaks in the car. If I can hit the screw, there it is. Alright, this is all together. Got this bad boy in there. Looks good. That looks good, not bad. This looks terrible, but you know, hey, these are original and they're both broke, and this one isn't going to last much longer. But I tell you what, I'm going to go put it in my parts car, and it'll probably live in there the rest of its life. That's for mine as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drill this real quick, and then take you out to show you the install. Here we are. I got it installed. So this side actually gave me some trouble. I could not find the hole for the little screw. I had my awl in there. I was feeling around trying to see if I could find it. I rolled the window down. I was trying to use my pin light to see if I could find it, and you can see I hit here. That's because I resorted to running that self-trapper in, because I could not find the hole. I could not even get light to shine through anywhere. The pick wouldn't pick up on anything, just trying to drag it through and try to hit a hole, nothing. But what you could see is the door panel was pushed forward. So I'm wondering, because these two are at an angle that are almost like straight up, that someone just, whenever it was built, was just run in and kicked up. That's the story I'm going to go with. Whether it's true or not, that is what it is. So, as you can see, just in review of how well these fit compared to the factory, you can see my dirty lines here down on this one. There it sits a little higher. It sits a little higher. See the tuft over there. You can kind of see the generic outline over here coming around. And but all in all, gives me a nice armrest. Let's go ahead and I'll grab my tools and we'll go to the other. So here we are at the other side. You can see this one sits higher as well from the old indention. See if I can get that in there pretty good. There you go. You can see that pretty good on the camera. And how it looks down here. Then coming along the dirt line. And then it is shorter overall as well. Sits higher and slightly short. Well, maybe that's just because it's... let's look at this. It is shorter, because even if this side moved down, it wouldn't fit. However, this side would fit a little bit better. Either way, I got good door good rear door armrest. Kind of hot out here, sorry. You know it's hot when the flies don't come out. So anyways, got the armrest in. Feel pretty good about now someone can use it. Oh, that feels pretty sturdy actually too. So hopefully this will relieve some of my squeaks in my car. I mean, my seat's not really doing any good. It's kind of rough, but yeah. Anyways, so this is kind of an overview of what they look like, and those OER ones, and their fit and finish. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps someone else out and they don't have to take the plunge like I did in hopes that they get the right one. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.